Hey everyone, I get a lot of comments and questions and comparisons to Adobe Aero versus WorldCAST. So I'm going to do a direct comparison and see where each other shines and doesn't shine in some ways, right? It's all part of my mission of the better we all do, the better we all do. There's a lot of independent developers out there that do a lot of great things. Um, I really feel, from what I have viewed of Aero, that a bigger corporation could maybe focus a little bit more on some polish. I hear a lot of feedback on our particular studio and the interface, and I'll show you why I made this for creators versus developers. Ours feels a little bit more creator oriented, which is what I felt that Adobe would be like. And let's get into the differences. So right off the bat on studio.worldcast.io, you'll see that we have it laid out that you can pick what you want right off the bat. If you want to use print, it tells you what you good for business cards, magazines, posters, flyers, and it shows you an example of it coming to life. When I go Showcast, it's literally built for objects at scale with the ability to add sound and multiple objects and animations, but it's all about absolute scale in the environment to look as good as a Spider-Man does or some of the examples you can see in the video. Product placement, real estate tours, online shopping, 3D visualization is what it's really good for. Geocast is for geospatial content. We're not going to touch on that because Adobe Aero only seems to do world tracking and marker based. So let me just hop over to Aero for a second. This is their starting point, and it's an app that you got to download. Ours is browser based. This is an actual app program that you have to install for your desktop. I'm using PC. So if you're using Mac, you might see some differences. I'm not sure. I haven't installed the Mac version. So at the bat, I get a welcome to Aero Wheel, create interactive experiences, watch overview, go to learn. It's really, there's no other options other than to watch a tutorial or create a new file. On our system, the first time you start, it shows you a tutorial off the bat. It's so that's where we really want to shine. It didn't show that, but let's do this. Let's go create a new file, and we'll call this Robocop because that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to go OK. So I already have this folder over here with some objects. So I'm just going to drag and drop my GLB, MP3, and that's what I'm going to drop in for now. Actually, no, I'll drop in all three. Okay, there's Robocop. So I'm using the middle mouse wheel to zoom out, and it's slow. So it's just maybe it's because the object's big. Let's be fair about this. So it's a scale. Why is there a center scale? No. How do I scale globally? Let's do that. It's going to be on the one axis. No. Let's just place that over here for now. So we have. Wow, this is slow. Because they're faster. I can't rotate the canvas when I click down. Well, I can on the right mouse button, but not the left. Let's see what the controls over here. We have orbit. So I'm on select. So let's go orbit. Okay, that's me do the orbit, but the translate zoom is still slow. What else we got here? Pan, still slow. Dolly, much faster. Okay, so there's my image. Oh, I can't select the objects now. Oh, I have to go back to select. So it looks like that's the MP3 still trying to, it says it's optimizing. So let's let that hang, not literally hang, but let's let it hang out for a bit while we go back to the studio and we'll just do the same thing. So I'm going to go start. I'm going to give this a title. I'm going to tell it off the bat the environment size I want it to be in, so it gives me a starting point. So I'm going to go about 6 feet. I don't know how Robocop actually is, but we're going to say Robocop 6 feet right now. So once you pick the unit, you get a grid, and these squares represent the metrics. So if you pick centimeters, inches, feet, or meters, each one represents a unit of that scale. So you can understand if you want to place something around the object at absolute scale as well. Let's go back to the Aero and see what they have in place for that. So here's the size of my object down here, and it's in centimeters. Can I change that to, oh, I have one option underneath preferences, and that's general. I can select the UI language. Okay, there's nothing else to change that. Okay, let's go back out to here, and let's go Sketchfab. Sorry, let's go to, I can browse to the files as well. But I'm just going to drag and drop the elements in. So I'm just going to drag and drop all three items. There's Robocop, sure. There's the MP3, can I preview it? Let's go proceed. There's the image, proceed. All right, I'm just going to rotate this image up and place it behind for now. And you can see, I can see the size of this. So it's I don't have to go looking for a panel. It's all any object you touch, all the elements you need are right there. So if I want to listen to the MP3, grab Robocop, make sure Robocop is in fact 6 feet tall. So if I want Robocop to be 7 feet tall, I would just type in 7 and just make zeros on the ground. But in this case, I want to keep Robocop at 6 feet and make sure. And also the interface for rotating the canvas is very smooth. Rotate camera, pan, camera, zoom. It's all bound to the mouse. So I can pan, I can zoom in and out really fast, and I can rotate. So I don't have to go selecting any tools. So right off the bat, there's another win, in my opinion. So let's just change that to like maybe 4 feet, and maybe put it 2 feet off the ground. Maybe make it over here, angle it on a 45. So if I grab this node in the middle, we can snap it at 45s. Let's go see how it works on there. We actually have a similar gizmo, it seems like. All right, the MP3 has not loaded. Let's delete that. Let's just raise this up. We actually do have a similar gizmo, so if I grab this, okay, it doesn't snap, but we can get a visual component. All right, that works too. Well, I can't. Here's the difference between ours too. Let me just go back to ours. I can grab this one here instead of these axes, and just I can move it along the plane like that while retaining the height. I don't have to, so I can literally, visually, what I see is what I get in a faster way. I don't see that option here to be able to do that. Anything that, well, I guess, nope, it's actually, let's just try it one more time. No, it doesn't keep it locked to the plane that it's on. So let's just move it back. Okay, let's figure out how I can add the sound. Oops. So let's go to File, Import. Let's just go to Documents, and we'll go to Aero WorldCAST Compare. Okay, it doesn't show up the MP3. So there's no option to bring in the MP3. Okay, that's I think I saw it before underneath Behavior. So let's add a trigger. This is something our system can't do. We can't assign trigger. We can add different actions, but this has based on proximity and stuff. We have that coming with WebXR build once iOS releases that for web. Again, ours is web-based. This is program-based, and I think even to view the content is you have to download an app. So let's go trigger, and let's go, I guess, on start. Let's go action, play audio. All right, let's get Robocop, I guess. You have to assign it to the object. Is that right? Okay. Because if I don't, I can't upload anything. So let's go to the object, I guess, and let's browse to that file, select file. There it is. All right, and let's get some audio. Is it there? I couldn't stop the audio. I had to actually delete it because that wouldn't work. Okay, let's go back to my other screen, and we're going to add some text. We'll just leave it blank, the title, and we'll just go. Dead or alive, you're rocking with me. So let's just change the thickness of that. Make the font a little bit more bold. We can pick lots of different fonts here. And let's go, let's just make a different color. Let's just go for a Robocop gray, silver. Let's just put that over here. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Push it back, bring it about there. Good. Robocop's not going into it, so that's fine. I'll move this just a little bit tighter. Cool. And I'm going to go save. Save and publish. We'll look at this one first. So when it comes up, there'll be a QR code. So right at the bat, there's a QR code and a URL. So you can share the URL or the QR code. So in this case, let's just scan that. All right, so we had sound and we had Robocop and everything was ready to go. Let's just grab this URL real quick and just show how you can, if you open up in another tab and share this URL, this is what you would see. You get a preview and a QR code that the user could look at this way, be able to look at the content as well as scan the QR code and place in AR. Let's go back to Aero and finish this. All right, so I'm not gonna put the audio on again. Actually, I will put the audio, I won't hit play, I believe. So let's just go to select file again. let's grab that MP3 and just not hit play. Okay. So I guess let's close the behavior. Let's add some text. So they do have some pre-populated characters and content as well. We have Sketchfab integrated into the system, so you can just go to Sketchfab and pretty much grab whatever content you want just by doing a search. So if we want to add like another robot to the scene, I can just type in robot, and we can see all different ones. I can go show animated only, and I also can turn off free, and you can also purchase robots content off of Sketchfab as well, right from the system. So support the creators. So let's go to oh yeah, down here on the bottom corner, you see we have a data component. So how big is this cast? It's 7.6 megabytes with the MP3, RoboCop, the 3D text, and the image. So let's go back up to Aero and let's add some text. Let's figure out where that is. Okay, here's some text. Letters and symbols. Do I just, oh, they're all the same font, it looks like. Okay, can I add to that? No properties to it? Is it literally just a font? Is there no way to type in text? I don't think I've ever used an Adobe product ever that's never had the ability to add text. After Effects, Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator, all of them. Okay. Okay, so let's just delete that. Do I literally have to go, oh, I can't drag and drop. Okay, I have to just select it, I guess. Dead. Wow, okay, so let's go dead. All right, I can't rotate. I have to go to orbit. Okay, and oh, I can't select. Let's go back to select. All right, I'm just going to leave that as is. I'm not going to type out the whole thing, obviously, or place the whole thing. In this case, not type. So, do we go file? I guess share is the save. So let's go share. Estimated project size 45 megabytes. Ours was like 7, just over 7. That's our engine compresses and decimates to serve the best way possible. So this looks like it's not implementing any kind of compression at all by the looks of it. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm waiting. Okay. So I have to go, that's the name. So let's go create link. Oh, my computer just kicked in the high gear when I went save. If you can hear that fan, my apologies. Okay, it's still saving. All right, we got a QR code. Let's do this. So let's open it up. Okay, I have to download the app because it's not web-based. So let's get it on Google Play. Direct link doesn't work. I have a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. So, I mean, it is a flagship. Oh, looking for Aero Player Beta. Looking for Aero Player Beta. Not available. But I do know that I have it on my iOS. So let's quickly do that. Okay, let's go camera. Share my screen here. All right, let's scan that QR code. Open. Let's get ready to place this. Okay. Now, before when I was testing this, I had the one of my complaints I had was it asked for permission to. I had to log in with an account to look at the content. So I guess I've already logged in before. The first time I ran it, I had to log in with my Google or Apple account. 0%. Let's just refresh this. Try this one more time. Open. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's go back up to RoboCop and open this up. We'll scan this one. See how it works on iOS while we're waiting. We already tried it on Android and it worked instantly. Let me share my screen again here, sorry. Just let me do that again for transparency's sake, just so nothing crazy going on. So it loaded up fine and this is fine. All right, let's go back out. Oh yeah, right. My apologies. Doesn't want to load. All right, I don't know what to tell you. Let's go back to this. Let's at least copy their link and open it up and see what we get. Oh, I guess we get their QR code, no preview. Let's just try that QR code in case it's different or who knows. I'm getting the same screen. All right, I can't see my creation on Android or iOS. I guess I'll go through and try the image tracking. So when I'm in the scene on the right hand side, I have the ability to go horizontal surface, vertical surface, or image. So in this case, I'll go image. I will grab this as a tracking image. So I guess the content bound to the image just like our system would work, I guess. I'm going to leave it as is. Oh, I don't know where these plants came from. I must have clicked that by accident. Let's just delete that. Why can't I grab it? Okay, that was difficult. All right, I could have grabbed on the hierarchy, but I don't want to have to go navigating different panels. I want to stay within the realm, right? All right, I guess I will go share, and I guess apply changes. Still 46 megabytes. It's gonna take a second. Let's just go here for a second. Double check this with the MP3 and stuff. Yeah, 7.6 megabytes. Okay. Let's try this again. I know it's pointless with my Android because it doesn't have the app. So let's just share the screen again. All right, it's on top of the QR code. Open. What the deuce? Right, so I went out to it and opened it manually, and I've got the login screen. So I'm just going to log in with my account. I'm just going to hide my screen for a second. Do I have an existing Adobe account? Yes, I do, but I'm not going to go through that. I just have to log in with my account. I'm going to go, I don't have an existing account. Well, okay, it's fine. Just going to hide my screen again. Okay, all right, let's try this again. Now we have it opened up. There's no option to scan a QR code from within the system that I see. Discover? Nope, nope. There's no ability to scan a QR code. Further QR codes, that's fine, I guess. Let's just go back up to the camera, scan this QR code again. Now we're logged in. See if that makes a difference. No difference whatsoever. Let's go to ours real quick. Let's just go new, create anyway, printcast, call this RoboPrint. Next, select the file. We'll open up that same image. Ours gives a rating score, let us know it's going to work. I didn't see one on Aero. Let's just confirm that. I don't see anything to let me know if it's going to make it for a good experience. Not every marketer will make a great experience, right? If it's very sparse in data, it could be very dicey for tracking. All right, let's go create. All right, there's our RoboCop. Let's quickly grab those elements that we had before. In this case, I don't need the image because that would be pointless. I'm just going to grab the song and the GLB. Let's put in here. Proceed, proceed. All right, let's just make RoboCop bigger. Page. Now we could add buttons and other things with this as well, like all around, like social buttons and all that stuff. Just make them a little smaller. Bring them down. Cool. Let's just go save. Save and publish. Grab my phone. We'll scan the QR code when it comes up. We'll just leave it on free. Checkout. Scan the QR code. And let's go preview now. So it will bring up the image. Tell us on our phone to line up image. So let's just do that. Yeah, so there's that. Half an hour, I was able to create, I mean, really, in WorldCAST, I can create things in minutes. So I have to chop this down a little bit. And I won't chop out any really relevant stuff, but from beginning to end on WorldCAST, for what I needed to do, for what most people want to do on our system is place objects, right? And maybe a few multiple objects. Our system can handle multiple objects as well. Like you can put a couple different animated characters in the scene and sound and images and stuff like that, and be able to have instantly available on through the browser without having to download an app or asking for any user account information. My opinion of Aero at the moment, while it does seem like it has some great features, it needs a lot of work. I've heard that our interface needs some polish. I think that Adobe, being Adobe, I know they buy companies and stuff, but I'm in this to give things to creators to make things easy to use, not from a developer standpoint. This feels back on our system like 2018. It feels like our first entry level thing. Like to be able to go. I'm not here to knock it. I want to do a direct comparison, but I am kind of knocking it now because it's like I would honestly expect better. This is like it was 2 years ago when I first tried it. Nothing's really changed. I generally thought there was a text editor, and if there is, please let me know. I just can't find it. It's nice that we have content here, but again, we have Sketchfab, and over I think something ridiculous like 700,000 models available for free to start. Like, if you can't find it, it might not exist in some ways, right? If you want to access your design. I can't get over the fact that I have to go over here, but then I can't select the objects. I have to come back here and go translate. Whereas on our system, you can just click through and very complex designs and be able to dig through. So there's a difference between WorldCAST and Aero for SLAM-based and image-based, which I honestly did not try to show. It literally is still hanging my devices. I installed the latest app. I installed the latest version of Adobe that was available to be very fair, to be as up to date as possible. Then downloaded on my Android just to have the experience right from the beginning to show things. I honestly would expect better from Adobe. I mean, I'm in this game too. We all have to do better in some ways, but an experience like that will hinder adoption because people won't want to create. Like, I know what I'm doing, and this is the most simplistic AR possible. I didn't even get into Adobe's stuff that, like, it seems like they have a lot of actions and proximity and some cool stuff. But that's not what I was showing. I'm showing the basic stuff that most people want to do. The other stuff is just second people start figuring out what they can do. Go, oh, I want to add this feature. I want to do this feature. When you can't get the basics working, then that hinders adoption. It makes people frustrated, especially creatives. They want to get in there and design shit and be in the zone. I built WorldCAST to let people be in the zone. Is there jank on our end? Absolutely, it's software, but we address it as it comes along, and we do the best that we possibly can to make it work on Android and iOS as quickly as you were able to watch on my demos. So I think Adobe needs a long way to go. And if they're watching this, again, this isn't really to knock you. I'm glad you're in the space. I'm glad you're helping democratize the technologies. Just look. This is an honest review. I don't know the legalities of this, right? I see companies that talk about each other before. I'm just doing a comparison, and there's a use for you. There's a better use for you if the stuff actually works. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, I can't wait to see what you create.